right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tonight, a youth football team waits outside the hospital, rooting on their coach over FaceTime as he recovers from a gunshot during team practice. Now his mother is talking about her son's prognosis.
Brisk and not bright this weekend. The changes happening Friday that whip up the breeze and bring rain chances back to the bi-state.
But first tonight, home from the war zone.
It feels so
goodness.
good.
Wonderful.
You have no idea. I'm thankful for the U.S.
St. Louisans landing at Lambert, safely returning from Israel. Tonight, Israel is ramping up its response against Hamas following Saturday's horrific surprise attack. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. Right now, darkness in Gaza City. And when the sun comes up, it will likely shine a light on more devastation. Israel hammered the Gaza Strip with airstrikes, and Hamas fired rockets toward Tel Aviv on the war's 6th day. A ground invasion is imminent. Israel says it will keep attacking Gaza until Hamas is destroyed. More than 2,800 people on both sides have been killed, including 27 Americans. Starting tomorrow, the U.S. government will arrange charter flights to get American citizens out of Israel.
But a few lucky ones have already made it home, including 5 people from the bi-state. Our Brent Solomon is live at St. Louis Lambert International Airport, where 2 joyous homecomings took place. Brent.
Mike, less than 3 hours ago, we were right here as the first of several Parkway West High School students landed at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. I stood right here and spoke with a father who waited for his 17-year-old. Tonight, he's so relieved she's out of harm's way. Take a look at your screen. You can see that emotional homecoming just moments ago. Katie Wallace, one of 3 teenagers from our area who have been in Israel studying abroad. She's the first to make it back home. When she went away for what was supposed to be a 4-month program, she never imagined she would find herself at the center of a war. This evening, Wallace was comforted by her parents as she landed in St. Louis. Right when she got off the plane, I asked her how this moment feels.
Mostly I'm just sad for Israel. I mean, like as soon as I landed in Boston, I've been traveling like all day. I just cried because I'm just so sad for what Israel's going through right now. And I'm so sad for the hatred that's already here. But at the same time, I have hope. I have hope for Israel. I have hope for the U.S. Our community is stronger than this.
Earlier this week, we brought you her story in an interview from Israel, where she described having to run to bomb shelters multiple times a day. This week, her school gathered to sing Israel's national anthem in a gesture of goodwill towards their classmates. And tonight, even more stories of escape. We were also right here as a Metro East couple landed in St. Louis. What was supposed to be a vacation quickly turning into a frantic rush to get out. Waiting has never been easier to do.
Still don't see it.
Especially when you know your loved ones are out of the path of danger.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions.
With signs in hand and patience in tow, the Rowe family stood by, anticipating this.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, goodness.
Thursday evening, Danny and Carmen Rowe made it home from war-torn Israel. The Godfrey couple went overseas for a church trip to the Holy Land. On their first day there,
About 6:30, the sirens started going off.
And we thought they were just sirens,
They're
that
like-
warning sirens
yeah.
here, test sirens.
it didn't take long for reality to hit.
And we could hear all the explosions in the background. So we were about 35, 40 miles from the Gaza Strip area. And we realized the danger we were in and the possible danger. They wanted us to leave the country.
They were
So-
urging us to get out as soon as we
possible.
possibly could.
It took days for that to happen. Flights constantly being rescheduled and canceled. Their days spent running into bomb shelters while trying to figure out how to escape.
You never heard the sirens go off unless a bomb got through the Iron Dome. When the bomb got through the Iron Dome, and the sirens went off. You had 1 minute to get to shelter before you would know where it was going to land.
When they got the call a flight was finally available, they rushed to the airport. Several flights later, they're back.
I ground them so that they don't leave the country again. No, we're going to let them rest, take them dinner, and just let them recover. It's been a long couple of days.
You can take my passports now.
Now, the couple was able to get out of the airport and into their car fairly quickly because their luggage never made it with them. It's stuck in Germany. After everything that they've been through, that's the least of their worries. Live at St. Louis Lambert International, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tonight, a bipartisan show of support for Israel on the steps of the U.S. Capitol. Members of Congress held a candlelight vigil to remember all the lives lost. Right now, more aid for Israel is at a standstill with the U.S. House still without a speaker. And just hours ago, Congressman Steve Scalise of Louisiana, who narrowly won nomination yesterday, announced he's dropping out.
Developing right now, a major backup on I-44 from Pacific to Eureka because of a deadly crash. We're talking about the westbound lanes. Here are some live pictures. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says this crash involved a car and a semi. The passenger of the car died. Tonight, a young boy is safe. His father is in police custody after a hostage situation in New Melle. This happened around 6:30 tonight near the entrance of Lake Sherwood Estates. That's right on the border of St. Charles and Warren counties. Police say a man took his 7-year-old son hostage, and then he tried to drive away, but he drove over police stop sticks and was arrested. We're told the boy was not physically harmed. Tonight, breezy, very mild October night. Cooler air is on the way for the weekend, but not before some showers and storms move through tomorrow. Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking the timing. Very warm today.
Yeah, temperatures topping out around 80 degrees today. We're still close to 70 in town tonight. Clouds are beginning to increase across the region, and our chance for some showers and some thunderstorms increasing probably right after tomorrow morning's rush hour. There's a live look out at Lambert right now, where it is still right around 70 degrees in St. Louis, 71 to be exact. On the backside of the system, a lot colder. That's some snow falling across parts of Nebraska, back into parts of Wyoming. This is a pretty strong storm system, and it's been wrapping up a lot of moisture with it. So Futurecast is actually bringing in those showers and thunderstorms towards the end or after the morning rush hour tomorrow for the Metro St. Louis area, maybe a little sooner off to the west and northwest. But this first batch will come in most likely right after the morning rush hour in St. Louis, push away towards or a little after lunchtime. So the first rounds mainly before lunch in the Metro, a little later south and east, and then we have another round on the way for later tomorrow afternoon of scattered showers and storms. We don't expect severe weather here. 1 or 2 of the storms could have some downpours, but overall there won't be a lot of really big rain totals out of this, unfortunately. We'll see in a few minutes. We'll tell you what comes behind this front, Mike.
All right, Scott. Well, tonight, this man is in jail, accused of shooting a volunteer football coach during a practice just 2 nights ago. Darrell Clemens is charged with assault and armed criminal action. And new tonight, our Robert Townsend has more on the new developments and the growing support for the recovering St. Louis coach.
Tuesday night, his family, friends, and football team were all worried after getting word that volunteer coach Shaquille Lattimore had been shot during a practice at Sherman Park in North St. Louis. Lattimore rushed to a hospital in critical condition.
I heard the gunshots. I dug down. When I looked down, I saw Shaq on the ground. The injuries that he had were very, very severe.
Incredibly, now
Shaquille is doing amazing. He's up. He is sitting in a chair today. They've removed all of his tubing. He's a fighter.
The 30-year-old coach is grateful, Mom.
I'm very pleased. I'm happy that, God is blessing.
Parents and 9-year-old Dylan Bunting and his bad boys teammates are all rallying around the recovering coach who survived the scare of his life.
Very sad.
Why?
Because he is a great coach and he didn't deserve to get shot. He wants us to be great and everything.
Investigators say the suspect, Daryl Clemens, shot the coach because Clemens' son wasn't a starting player on the youth football team. Coach Shaq was grazed and shot 4 times. Bullets hit him in his back, leg, arm, and armpit. You bet his mom calls him a miracle.
I thank everybody that's called, the texts, the prayers, the support. I appreciate it. I appreciate it all.
You're also tearing up.
I am, because it's just, it's amazing.
An amazing day capped off with a surprise FaceTime call from the bad boys to their cool coach everyone's pulling for. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Tonight, the Blues dropped the puck on a new season deep in the heart of Texas. They faced off against their Central Division rivals, the Dallas Stars.
Dozens of Blues fans gathered tonight at Ballpark Village. This game, by the way, went into overtime and a shootout, and Corey Miller will have highlights later in sports. The Blues' home opener is against the Seattle Kraken on Saturday. The puck will drop at 7 p.m. You can take part in the fun even if you don't have a ticket. There's a pregame rally. It'll be held from 3 until 5:30 at Union Station. And for all you need to know about the Blues home opener, and if you're coming to a game at Enterprise Center this season, all you have to do is text the word BLUES to 314-425-5355, and we'll send you a link.
Tomorrow, the hottest sports ticket in town will go on sale. City SC is headed to the MLS Cup playoffs in its inaugural season. City Park could host up to 2 round 1 matches later this month. Tickets will go on sale to the general public tomorrow on SeatGeek. But, and it's a big but, with 94% of season ticket holders already securing their seats, these tickets will be limited.
Tonight, we're searching for solutions in New Orleans, a city that keeps taking hits and picking itself up.
You certainly don't want Katrina to happen to your city, but billions of dollars came into New Orleans.
How the Big Easy is banking on its past to cash in on its future.
We were using historic tax credits to do the work. The St. Louis certainly qualifies for a city that's got a lot of history in it.
Thunderstorms have been well to our west this evening. Where this line is headed and when our rain chance ramps up as we head toward the weekend.